everybody, welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here in Vegas with my bestie Mandy.
And I'm here in Paris with my bestie Jessica.
Yeah, so we're at the Paris in Vegas for Love in Vegas, which starts tomorrow. So we're gonna do a video first though before we get to that. So this is another Convincing My Bestie video. This is where we convince the other to read at a trip they don't normally choose for themselves. And unfortunately today for Mandy, but not for you guys, we're doing Why Choose.
Just start a different video.
Poor Mandy, I know she hates it, but that's what we're gonna do. That was requested, we're doing. So, I have 6 books for you to choose from.
But why choose?
Exactly, but why choose? But before I make you choose.
Okay, hit the subscribe button so you can see fun videos like this and also have info on our giveaways.
Yes. Okay, so the first book I have for you is Prey by L.V. Lane. So this is fantasy. This does have some Omegaverse in it. It is about our heroine, and it's been a while since I read her book, so I don't remember her name, but our heroine was raised by her father in a cabin in the woods, very, very secluded, because she's an Omega, and Omega's like, there's rules, and he wanted to protect her from things that she's kind of cherished. And her father dies and leaves her all alone. So she's living in this cabin in the woods all by her lonesome self. Then one day, 3 dudes just happen to stumble upon the cabin. They're all alphas. One's a shifter, one's a wolf shifter, and the other 2 are alphas, and one has a baseball bat in his pants. And they take her back, they fall in love with her. It's a thing. So there's book number 1.
All right.
Baseball bat in the pants. Okay. All right. So the next book that I have for you is, I mean, would it even be a video if it wasn't, or a Why Choose video if Grace McGinty didn't make an appearance here. So Make My Heart Race by Grace McGinty. This was one of her releases that came out this year. This is about Tally, who is our heroine, and she is a Formula 1 race car driver. And when the book starts out, she is at a race. She is one of the only women that does this, that's made it to Formula 1. And so because of that, there's a lot of prejudice. There's a lot of, she's a woman in a man's field, right? Like that kind of a thing. But she does have a relationship with the owner's son of the team that she's on. And something tragic happens during their race. And she's now alone, and she finds out she's pregnant a few months later. And it was one of those mysterious pregnancies. And then, but she's without a job because of what happened on the racetrack that day. And things go from there. Some guys come along. They all kind of race a little bit. It's one of those, I really liked it. It's really vague because I don't want to give things away, but loved it. So, okay. Then the next one that I have for you is Echo by Seven Rue. So this one is Why Choose, but all 3 guys are brothers. So, that's cool. So this takes place in Alaska. This is about Echo. She's 18. She flees her abusive father. They live in Juneau, and she runs through the woods, trying to get away from him one night. And she finds this cabin, and she kind of stays in the cabin. Like she locks herself into this cabin. She's there for a few weeks. It's a hunter's cabin, so there's some provisions there. So she decides to stay. Then one day the brothers show up at their cabin. And there's 3 of them. There's a huge age gap because the oldest is 37 and the youngest is 33. Then there's one in the middle that's 35. So there is a definite age gap here. But I liked it. I liked seeing them with her in the beginning before anything started. Things start later, but that's
okay. Question: does she do Alaska okay?
She was pretty vague on Alaska. There were a few things that kind of tripped me up a little bit, but she did a pretty good job. Pretty good job. Like the fact that she's barefoot running through the forest. Okay. And there was a bear scene that I was like, nope. Okay, so then the next book that I have for you is Dying to Love by Reese Rivers. I just read this one. This is a post-apocalyptic reverse harem. This is about Kelsey. So the world ended roughly 2 years prior. Zombies rose up and it was a thing. And Kelsey fled with 4 of her friends. They were 2 different couples. And they went and got these big RVs and they made themselves a compound. Basically, there's a double wall around where she lives, and that's to protect. Like, they've got all sorts of wards in place. These guys were IT geniuses, so there's like, it's protected. But she's alone now. Yep, it's a little mysterious how she got there, but she's got to the point where because her best friend is no longer there, she talks to her best friend. She sees her best friend's ghost. She's kind of starting to lose it because she hasn't talked to a human in like, ow!
Okay, you're not a ghost. Just
Oh, God. It didn't really hurt.
Oh, let me try again.
No. She talks to her best friend's ghost. She knows she's a ghost. Like, she knows it's a ghost.
Oh, you could have led with that and then I wouldn't have slapped you.
Oh, well, it's okay. Anyhow, she's losing her mind at this point. So one night she decides to have a hen party with the actual hens. And when that happens, the alarms go off, and come to find out there were 5 guys trying to scale the wall. One of them is very, very injured, and so she brings them into her compound, but it's after some debating and stuff. But they broke up her hen party that she was having.
So this is gonna be 5 guys?
Okay. 4. Okay. Then we have, this is an author we'll see tomorrow, The Pucking Coach's Daughter by S. Mastery. So this is a reverse harem coach's daughter hockey romance. So this is about Sydney. Sydney was a little bit of an idiot, and she broke into the house of one of the guys who was on the opposing hockey teams. There's 2 colleges. So her dad coaches for the neighboring college, and she doesn't go to his college. She really has hard feelings towards her dad. And so she breaks into this guy's house because he has something of hers, and he is, I think he's the captain for the dad's hockey team. And so she's looking for something in his house. When he shows, like, he's there, he finds out that she breaks in. So she actually takes pictures of their playbook and she runs. And then she ends up hooking up with her boyfriend, not like hooking up, but like meeting up with her ex-boyfriend. And he is the captain of the opposing hockey team at her college. And she shows him the playbook just to get back at this other guy for what he did to her. And then the crap hits the fan. She gets kicked out of college. Now she has to go to her dad's college, but the hockey team hates her. Everybody hates her because they cost that showing the playbook cost them the playoffs. And so it's like a thing. So there's a lot, this one has a lot of angst, and there's some stalking. There's some stuff that happens in here. So that's that one. And then our last one, should be our last one, is Wife Number 1 by Elle Thorpe. Now, this is a new release. Like, these 3 books have just came out, so I've only read the first one, but I've got the second one ready to go. But this is so good. Okay, so
do they have to be read together?
They end in a cliffhanger.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is about Kara. You only have to read the first one though. This is about Kara. Kara is a part of a cult.
Oh, sorry.
No, she's a part of a cult. She was made the first wife of the prophet of her cult, and the wives have to wear these veils, and they can't take the veil off until they give the prophet a child, like, because then they can remove the veil. So she's been wearing the veil for a couple years because she hasn't had a baby. But the reason why he chose her as his first wife is because she had left the compound for a while and then came back a few years later, and she was pregnant, and so they know that she can have a baby. And her little girl, I think, is like 5 or so in this book. And she's been separated from her this whole time. This guy is mean and abusive, and he's horrible. And so she decides one day she hears something that she shouldn't hear that has to do with her daughter. And so she takes her daughter. Her daughter's been assigned to another woman. Her daughter believes another woman, like, is her mother. She calls the other woman mom. Mm-hmm. And so she takes this baby and she runs with her daughter. And then she runs to an MC club. But there are 3 guys that come into play. So,
okay.
All right, so there are your 6.
Okay, so looking at this list, I have not read anything by Seven Rue or Reese Rivers. I've read something by all the other authors. And I'm pretty sure I picked a Grace book the last time that you
probably
gave me White Shoes.
We love Grace.
I'm pretty sure. Or maybe I just read Sticks and Stones on my own. because you talked about it so much. I can't
I don't remember.
I don't remember now either. Okay, I read those post-apocalyptic books. They were my first, and I really enjoyed them. And I've never read anything by Reese Reverse, so I'm gonna go with Dying to Love.
Okay. All right. So we will be back. Okay, Mandy. So you finished Dying to Love. What did you think?
I did. I really, really enjoyed it. I love the post-apocalyptic, all of that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I was like really hooked on like how they did everything. Like it was quite interesting to read all of that. I felt really bad for her because her best friend was gone, and I don't want to give anything away, but there's like elements of it that I was like, wait, is there another book that explains this? And then you're like, no, I think that's just part of it, is the not knowing. And I'm like, I don't like that. So she ends up with all these guys, which I still find odd. Like, but this probably, I don't know. I enjoy Grace McGinty though, because her stuff is always so funny. So I really enjoy that. But I just have a hard time like wrapping my mind around the whole Why Choose aspect. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I rated it 4 stars, and that's not even like being generous because it's not a trope I like. Like it truly was a 4-star read. I really enjoyed it.
And I think for me, the whole Why Choose thing, which I don't mind the Why Choose, but it makes more sense to me when it's a Why Choose in a post-apocalyptic setting, because you're not going to have like it's just, you know, there's probably not as many women as there are men in that situation, and so things happen. So you know, it makes a little more sense then. But I get it. So I'm glad you liked it. I needed like the post-apocalyptic part of it. I'm just glad you were able to get through the Why Choose part of it. I do hope that the author writes another book in this world, but I don't know if she's going to.
Yeah, it was good. She should.
She really should. So
there's definitely, I mean, when you read the story, there's definitely possibilities for more.
Yes,
exactly. I mean, I can think of 2 right off the top of my head.
Yes, totally.
Maybe I should message her.
We'll message her with the video and like see what she says. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see her. I think she's going to be in Phoenix. I could be wrong, but I think
okay, I'll get my notes ready for her.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Mandy read some Why Choose and it didn't kill her. So we're good.
Yes. So we hope you found some great Why Choose romances in this one as well. And we wanted to add, if you have certain tropes that you would like to see us do, especially as we start looking into next year, what are some videos that you really want to see us do? We have a Google form linked below. And so if you fill that out, you will automatically be entered to win our next giveaway, which is a $10 Amazon gift card. So you can use that towards your book wish list. And yeah, so all you have to do is fill that out, and we will announce the November 15th it closes, and we'll announce the winner that following Monday in the 1 Minute Book Recs.
Yep. So go do that.
So, yeah, tell us what you want to see us do. Make sure you check back on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for new videos from us. Hit that notification button so you don't miss out on any new videos from us that come out on different days and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.